Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. This is Pirate Soup and these are the Soupies.
Ahoy, Captain.
Today we're looking at one of Britain's most notorious criminals, Charles Bronson. He recently had an interview in which he told us what he wanted to do if and when he's ever released from prison. If you enjoy this video, please click the like button and let me know down in the comments what you would do if you had been in prison for such a long time.
Arr, get on with it, you scurvy dog. Ahoy, me mateys. Welcome to Pirate Soup.
Charles Bronson, the notorious criminal and prisoner of 50 years in the UK, has recently had an interview in which he tells us what he wants to do when he gets out. It's quite an eye-opening interview for one of the most infamous prisoners in the history of Great Britain, and I'd go as far as saying it's actually quite humbling. First arrested as a petty criminal in 1974 at the age of 21, Michael Peterson, as he was known then, was sentenced to 7 years in prison for armed robbery of a post office. Further sentences were given to him because of a number of attacks on other prisoners and prison guards, and he was later released briefly in 1987, where he began bare-knuckle boxing in the East End of London. His boxing promoter thought he needed a more suitable name, and he was given the name Charles Bronson, as he was better known today. He later changed his name officially in 2014 to Charles Salvador, which was a nod to his favourite artist, Salvador Dali. And much later in 2023, Charles Bronson had an application for parole rejected. Here are a few quotes from that hearing.
"I've had more porridge than Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I'm sick of it. I've had enough and I want to go home."
He's also noted to have moaned,
"We'll be here all day,"
after the panel took long pauses while asking the prisoner offender manager questions. He also said,
"We could be sitting around this table until the cow jumps over the moon talking about the same old."
And explaining his sunglasses in the courtroom, Bronson also said,
"Don't think I'm wearing these glasses for sinister reasons. My eyes are blown away with the light."
And another quote from the hearing was,
"Out of the 50 years I've been in prison, I have probably deserved a good 35 years of it. But I have been naughty. Not naughty, but naughty."
Bronson had spent many years of his sentence in solitary confinement because, as he said,
"All I know is violence."
It's also noted that on one incident, he actually stripped naked in front of the prison guards and smeared butter all over his body.
"I had the rumble of my life. It was brilliant."
And during a few other incidents in prison, he went on to hold 11 hostages in 9 different stages, with victims including governors, doctors, and even his solicitor. Another hostage was his art teacher, who he held for 3 days in 1999, and described as being the best hostage because
"You're the only one who hasn't himself."
Bronson did state that the governor he'd taken hostage was an asshole, and is an asshole, and will die an asshole. This ultimately all led to Bronson not being granted parole in 2023. And now, at the ripe old age of 71, in an interview released in the last few days, Bronson was asked what he would do if he was ever released from prison.
"I dream of walking on grass,"
he said.
"I'd like to go to see art shows, go swimming."
So for me, that's quite humbling to know that he is actually a real person despite the reputation. So that's why I'm asking today, what would you do if you had been in prison for 50 years of your life from the age of 21? What would be the thing that you miss the most? And what would be the first thing you would eat, drink, see? Let me know down in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, folks, and please, if you like to see more videos like this in the future, click subscribe with all notifications enabled. Until next time, from me and the Soupies,
Ahoy, me mateys.